Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys. And the slander towards Sony and their terrible decision making continues, as we're going to talk about something that they announced 2 months ago and something that they announced like what, 2 days ago? So yeah, what's going on here? In case you've been living under a rock, well, technically it's 3 days ago since it's Friday the 13th now, like 2 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, 3 days ago, they announced the PlayStation 5 Slim. So yes, it is official. It's no longer a rumor. It is official. It is coming out. Now, before y'all get excited and all this other nonsense, let me explain to you some things about the PS5 Slim. So there's going to be 2 of them. You're going to have the regular PS5 Slim that can play disc, and then you're going to have the digital edition, which is going to be the main thing that we're talking about here in regards to the Slim. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the PlayStation 5 Slim, the one that can actually play disc, that's between the 2, that's the only one you want to get. That is the only one you will want to get. So I'm about to read some stuff from some articles. The first one going to be from blog.playstation.com, and then the second one going to be from masterable.com. So let's start off with the blog.playstation.com, which is PlayStation original official blog, by the way. So check this out. The new PlayStation 5 have been reduced in value by more than 30% and raised by 18% and 24% compared to the previous models. There are 4 separate cover panels, with the top portion in a glossy look while the bottom remains in matted. If you purchase the PS5 digital edition, okay, we're not gonna jump in that for a second. Let's fast forward real quick. So let's talk about the cost of these Slim models. So if you get the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive, it's going to cost the same price as a regular PS5. Yes, that's right. It's $500, the same as the original PS5. Now, if you were to get the digital edition of the Slim, that is, it's going to cost you $450. So they went up on price with that. But remember, the original digital edition cost $400. This one, they charge you $50 more. But wait, there's more. Now let's backtrack to the article, and let's not backtrack to the article. Let's talk about the differences between the 2. Now we're going to switch on over to masterable.com that will explain the differences between the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Slim, whether you're going with the disc or the, what's the other thing? The digital. So let's take a look at the size real quick. So the original PS5, the disc version, it's 100. So this is if it's laying down horizontally. These are the dimensions going by it laid down horizontally. It is 104 millimeters in height, 390 millimeters in rate, and 260 millimeters in depth. So we talk about that height up and down as if it laying vertically, and then, you know, width is from left to right, and then depth is from front to back. So that's the original PS5, the disc version. Now let's look at the Slim. 96 millimeters in height, 358 millimeters in width, and 216 millimeters in depth. And you probably wonder, okay, how slim is this system? Well, the height is an 8 millimeter difference. And if you want to translate that, you can easily look this up on google.com. 8 millimeters is 0.314961 inches. So if you grab your ruler, assuming you have one, that's not much of a distance in height. Again, this is laying down flat. This ain't standing up. This is laying down flat. That's the height of it laying down flat. Now, if you were to look at it from the Rift, where I was laying down flat, that is a 32 millimeters difference. And if you were to look up 32 millimeters and convert that to an inch, that's a 1.25984 inch difference, which ain't a lot. It's really, really not. And then let's take a look at the depth. Again, this is from front to back with the system laying down. So that is, what is that? 44 millimeters. That's the 44 millimeters difference. So So if we were to type 44, that is a 1.73228 inch difference. And again, I'm looking at mine. That's not that much of a difference. The bottom line is this: the Slim's still going to be bigger than the Xbox Series X. So, and I'm looking at my X right now, and like, yeah, that's not much of a Slim. Now let's take a look at the digital version. So we talk about the size here. Again, this is with it laying down flat. The height would be 92 millimeters. That's the original digital edition, that is. 92 millimeters by 390 millimeters and 260 millimeters. That's depth from front to back. And then looking at the Slim, it's going to be 80 millimeters height, 358 millimeters width from left to right, and 216 millimeters from front to back. And again, looking at the math here, so yeah, that's 8 millimeters difference. So same as this version. This one is going to be 32, same as this version. And this is 44, same as this one. So it's not much difference in size, if you ask me. So there you go with that. Now let's take a look at another difference between the two. And that's about what will the Slim version will get. So the Slim version will actually get a full terabyte of built-in space. Whereas the original PS5, this is whether you get the disc or the digital version, had 825 gigabytes. So we talk about 175 gigabytes difference between the two. That's not saying much. If I do say so myself, I'll be honest. That's not saying much. Now, I believe the Slim is going to also have 2 extra USB ports. Now, I'm not sure that's USB-A or USB-C. I'm assuming it's USB-C, but that's not really important in my opinion. So there you go with that. Now, but outside of those differences, everything about the Slim is the same as the original. So it's not like it's more powerful or anything like that. It's just that it's smaller. It's going to have a little bit more space, memory rather, and it's going to look a little bit different, and it's going to be smaller. That's it. So, like, there's not really much anything. There's not really anything special about it. If you think, oh, it's going to be small, no, it's not. It's not. I just gave you the numbers. No. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now let's get back to blog.playstation.com because we got more stuff to talk about. And that is where we're going to get back to that first paragraph that I was reading. Now, because remember, if you were to get the Slim version with the disc, you know, that can read disc, okay, no problem there. You know, you get a little bit more memory. You're going to get some more USB ports for the same price as the original PS5. I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it at all. Granted, like normally when they release the Slim, it's normally cheaper than the original. But this is the worst case scenario here. It's cost the same. Okay, no problem. So be it. But here's where things get interesting. Now we're going to focus our attention on the digital version of the Slim. If for some odd reason, if you wanted to add a Ultra HD Blu-ray to this, that thing will cost $80. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the math here. The digital edition for the original PS5 costs $400. Now, I'm not saying that they allow you to do that with that version, but let's say you could. The HD Blu-ray disc drive costs $80. So basically, you pay $480 for a PS5 that you turn from a digital version to a version that can read disc. So you're saving $20 there. Okay, that's cool. Now let's take a look at the Slim version. Again, that costs $450. And then they want you to pay an extra $80 to add an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. Now you're looking at a PS5 Slim that you converted over to a regular PS5 Slim. And you're now looking at a $530 system. So now you pay $30 more than what you would have paid if you would have gotten a regular PS5 or a Slim PS5 that can read disc. Because both of those cost $500. You see how stupid that is? The Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive should have been $50. It should have been $50. I don't know why they added an extra $30. To me, that makes no sense in my opinion. But wait, there's more. Now, if we were to move on down here, check this out. After they announced the prices for, you know, how much the Slims will cost in the US, Europe, UK, and Japan, check this out. A horizontal stand will be included with the new PS5 model. Also, a new vertical stand compatible with all PS5 models will be sold separately for $30. And I'm like, wait a second. The original PS5, whether it's the one that can read the disc or the digital version, came with a stand that can be used horizontally or vertically. It came with a stand for $400 or $500. Now y'all charging $300 for the vertical stand? They tripping. So if you got the digital edition, right, of the Slim, you're talking about paying $50 more to get it slim, quote unquote slim. It's not really slim. So that's $450. Then if you wanted to add a drive reader, that's going to be $80 more. So you're looking at $530. And then if you want to have it stand vertically, you got to get a stand that will cost $30. So now you're talking about paying $560 for a digital version that you converted over to a disc reading PS5 Slim. And you could have just been like, you know what? Let me get the original Slim and save $60. I mean, you can't, and actually save more than that, and save $160. You can't make this stuff up. Like, what is this nonsense? This is nonsense. This is straight up nonsense. But wait, there's more. Now we're gonna move on to another the next paragraph actually, which says this: a variety of PS5 console cover colors. Okay, there we go. For the new model will be available starting in early 2024, including the all matte black colorway in the deep Earth Collection colors in volcanic red, coal black, blue, and sterling silver. You know those 4 colors that they released for the original PS5 and the original PS5 digital version? Those will cost $55. Okay, so that's fine, I guess. So what's the big deal? What's the problem in there? Here's something that, here's the problem. If you have the original PS5 for whatever reason, right, and for some stupid reason, you traded it in towards the Slim, those covers that you had for the original PS5, whether it's digital or the disc version, will not fit on the Slim. So, and I think those cost like $60. It may be so correct. It costs at least $55 for the covers for the original PS5. I don't remember how much they cost, but they cost $55 to $60. They won't work on the Slim. So therefore, you got covers that are now useless. That's the problem. Well, like the size difference, which isn't much really, but still though, it's like really, and then it's like at least they say do a trade-in program. Say, yo, you got the old covers? Yeah, trade that in, and then we'll give you a discount off for these new covers. Something, but no, they ain't doing that. They're not doing that at all. So that's another issue right there. So there you go with that. So I'll be honest with you guys. The only way I would justify this. So again, let me backtrack real quick. If you do already have a PS5, do not get the Slim, knowing that there's going to be a Pro coming out, even though nothing has been officially announced. There's going to be a PlayStation 5 Pro coming out. So if there was ever a system for you to trade in your PS5, your regular PS5, whether it's digital or the one that read this, if there was ever a system for you to trade it in towards, it would be a PS5 Pro. It would be a PS5 Pro. Do not trade in any system for a PS5 Slim. Don't do it. I don't care about the extra USB ports. I don't care about the extra 175 gigabytes, which is not much at all. Do not trade in your PS5 towards the Slim. So there's that. Now, if you don't have a PS5 and you don't want to wait for the Pro, should you get the Slim? Okay, so here's the thing with that. Yeah, get the PS5 Slim that reads the disc. Get that one. Because again, there's not much of a difference, but it's slightly smaller. You're going to get slightly more memory. And you're going to get 2 more USB ports for the same price as the original PS5 that can read disc. Okay, the Slim, that's not bad for $500. The one that read disc, that is. Okay, I ain't going to knock you for that. But do not get the digital version Slim. That is a waste of money. That is a piece of garbage. Do not get it. If you want to save money, get the one that costs $400. Get the original PS5 digital version for $400. Get that sucker now, because more than likely, they're not going to keep making those when they can make the Slim. And they're going to charge you an extra $50, and they're going to charge you for a vertical stand. And, so Just get the regular PS5 digital edition if you want the digital version, and if you want to save money. You're saving $100 rather than paying what? Potentially an extra 30, excuse me, at the most. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So again, if you want to get the digital version of the PS5, do not get the Slim version. Get the original version. Okay. So there's that with the PS5 Slim news. Let's move on to something that was announced like, 2 months ago. And that is the PlayStation Portal. So you know I have to talk about this. So we're going to go over to TheVerge.com for this one. So check this out from the very beginning. Sony is officially now launching its handheld remote player, the PlayStation Portal, on November the 15th. Do not get this piece of garbage. Moving on. The portable device will stream PS5 games over Wi-Fi and feature a 8-inch LCD screen running at 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second. Sony says the portal will launch in the US, UK, and other regions for $200. And on August 31st, they made it available for pre-order. Don't pre-order this. Don't get this crap. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, you probably wonder why is that. I will explain why in a second. Let's move on. PlayStation Portal will connect remotely to your PS5 over Wi-Fi, so you'll be able to swiftly jump from playing on your PS5 onto your PlayStation Portal. PlayStation Portal can play supported games that are installed on your PlayStation 5 console and use the DualSense controller. You know, the Portal will have the DualSense controller attached to the Portal. So, there you go with that. Now, check this out. The PlayStation Portal features prominent controllers on each side that looks very much like Sony's PlayStation 5 DualSense controllers. They support adaptive triggers and haptic feedback, so PlayStation 5 games will feel similar to using a dedicated DualSense controller. The PlayStation Portal will also be capable of playing media, as the home screen has a dedicated section for it as it's mirroring your PS5. You won't be able to run anything locally though, so if you don't have Wi-Fi, then you're out of luck. So you need Wi-Fi to basically make this thing work. And I think they don't mention this in the article, but I'm gonna mention it here just in case. Your Wi-Fi must have a connection involving your PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation 5. So if you have two different Wi-Fi hotspots or something, and your Portal is on one and your PS5 is on the other, that won't work. You will not connect. So there you go with that. So keep that in mind as well. Let's move on with this article. So, here's one of the mega issues here. Strangely, the $200 handheld won't work with Sony's upcoming cloud streaming for PS5 games. And I'm like, why not? What's the big deal with that? You would think that would make sense, but no. So basically, you can't do cloud streaming for PS5 games on this device. And I'm like, then why people would get it? Why should people get this? That is stupid. Moving on. Games that must be streamed on PS5 using a PlayStation Plus Premium membership are not compatible. And keep in mind, the yearly cost went up. I talked about that in the last video. Like, you can't make this up. So the PlayStation Portal, is really a way to stream PS5 games you already have installed on your own PS5 onto a handheld for remote play. You need an internet connection capable of at least 5 megabits per second, and Sony recommended 15 megabits per second for the best experience. So, yeah, there you go with that. So, okay, they talk about how IGN got to test it, and basically, tech editor Bo Moore said he couldn't notice any latency during the handheld. That would be a key part of the experience, as streaming games over Wi-Fi network still isn't as a perfect experience for many, which is true. Now, here's another issue. The PlayStation Portal doesn't have Bluetooth, so you won't be able to connect to wireless headphones or even Sony's own Pulse 3D headset. Instead, it will use a PlayStation Link wireless technology, a new proprietary standard for PlayStation devices. So basically, you have to get PlayStation-owned devices, certain PlayStation-owned devices, to link it up to the PlayStation Portable. Now, granted, there is a headphone jack, so you can plug up headphones to it. Like who still uses headphones? That wired headphones, to be exact. That's weird as well. Moving on. PlayStation Link is designed to deliver low latency, lossless audio, and Sony is also launching a wireless headset and buds that supports PlayStation Link. And there's another article on that from The Verge, and I'm not going to get into it. But there's one thing from that article that I do want to pay your attention to, and that's the title of the article, which is this. Sony's PlayStation wireless earbuds, which is what they were referencing in the PlayStation Portal article, will cost a whopping $200. So the PlayStation Portal costs $200. The earbuds cost $200. If you want that wireless, surround setup headset fiasco, that's $400. You know what you can get for $400? A regular PS4 digital edition. PS5 digital edition, excuse me. Yeah. Why would we do that? Like, why? That's so stupid. That's so stupid. But let's move on. You'll be able to use this new headset or buds with a PS5 through a USB adapter, but with rumors of a PS5 Slim on the way, but they ain't rumors anymore, it's easy to imagine PlayStation Link will be integrated into future PS5 models. The PlayStation Link standard will also be available for third-party manufacturers to use. And then again, thankfully, the PlayStation Portal also have a 3.5mm headphone jack for wired audio. So, don't get this. I'll be honest, don't get this. This makes no sense. First of all, you can't even do cloud streaming for PS5 games. So there's that. You can't take this on the go like you could with a Switch or a Steam Deck. That's 2. Number 3, you can't use any Bluetooth. It don't have Bluetooth capabilities. You have to use certain earbuds that PlayStation is going to come out with through the PlayStation Link. So basically, they're saying you have to give us more money to get that full, great experience. And it's like, no, don't get this. Because real talk, you can get a Stream Deck that can play all the PS5 games, whether they like the ones that you buy with the disc and you installed it, or through their streaming service for the PS5. You can do all that with a Steam Deck, and you can take it on to go. Like, and you can use any Bluetooth headset you want with that thing. Why would you get this? Because of the DualSense controller? No. Now, let's be real. The DualSense controller is a fantastic controller, but it is not worth getting this. This is a piece of garbage. The PlayStation 5 Slim digital edition is a piece of garbage. Do not get either one of these products. And basically, PlayStation is like going downhill with these decisions right here. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If Xbox did not drop the ball with games that they dropped this year, and there's some other stuff that, and they wasn't struggling with that court case where they accidentally revealed a bunch of stuff coming. If Microsoft didn't mess that up, I would not be surprised if Sony would be close to bankruptcy. I'll be honest. Now, and here's another thing I thought of as well. If Microsoft was more into the Japanese population, that's another thing, then Sony would definitely be close to bankruptcy. Because this is ridiculous. This is flat out ridiculous. The decision makings that they've been making has been terrible, has been god awful, and you should not be getting the PlayStation Portal. You should not be getting the PlayStation 5 Slim digital edition. Now the PlayStation 5 Slim that reads the disc, again, I'm not hating on that one. If you want to get that one, go ahead. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But the PlayStation 5 Slim digital edition, don't get that piece of garbage. Go for the $400 PlayStation 5 digital edition. Get that one. It comes with a horizontal and vertical stand, and it costs $400. It's $50 less than the Slim version. So it's like $80 less than the Slim version and a vertical stand. So, I mean, it makes no sense to me. I think it's really, really dumb. I think it's really, really stupid that PlayStation going in this direction that they're going in. And it's not a good look for them. It's really not a good look for them. So, I'm going to be honest. It's really not a good look for them. What could save it is if they lower the cost of the PlayStation 5 Slim digital edition from $450 to $400. And even with that, and then don't even sell the vertical stand by itself. Just put it in the box. Just put it in the damn box, man, with the Slim. Just put it in the box. If they do those two things, this is a win. Like, even if you want to pay $80 to have your Slim digital edition read this, you're still paying $480. That's still a win. Like, I'll accept that. But to pay $50 more for a digital version, where there's not that much of a difference at all in size and in what it can do, not to mention paying an extra $30 for a vertical stand, which makes no sense to me. And then you talk about paying $80 if you want to read disc. And then if you want to be fancy, you got to pay $55 for a cover. in case, you know, maybe another cover. If you had, first of all, again, like, do not trade your PS5 towards a Slim. Don't do that. To me, that's stupid. Don't do that. So, too many bad decision makers in the PlayStation Portal, whatever this crap is. That's dumb as well. Don't get any of this crap. Just don't. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New Jay Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.